What up, everyone? Today on this video, I think I want to go ahead and put some gates in for these rooms right here. And then I also will put some buttons over here to open up those gates. That is the goal of our video today. So let's jump into the code. So the first thing is for our buttons, I'm going to reuse our star class that we had in level 2 for the functionality. We just draw the star and then we collect it, and then we can just use the same symbols as our button. So let's create another instance of those stars so we can put it on our screen. And those coordinates are going to be 130 and 180. And then the size and the height and the width is 84 and 172. And then 0 for collected. That way we know when it needs to do the function, like opening a door or something. So now we're going to go star 5 is equal to stars, and then it's going to be in the same width because we want it, but we just want it lower on the screen than the other button to be on the bottom of the cage walls. So we'll put that at 655. And then we also want the same dimensions. So the width will be 84 and our height will be 172. So just to make it easier for us to draw it on the screen again, we'll go ahead and throw this into its own little list. We're going to call this level 7 stars. We're going to make this a list, and we're just going to put star 4 and star 5 in there. So now that we have our instances of the class that we want to call and a list with those instances in it, we will go ahead and put it in our draw level 7 function. So we will just simply do a for loop. So for s in, we'll call the module that it's in, and then we'll go level 7 stars. Oh, well, did we forget our 7? We did, but level stars will be just fine. So out of that list, we are just going to go s dot draw our stars. Okay, now that that's in there, let's go ahead and test it, see where everything is at and what it's looking like. And we have an error. It's missing collected. I forgot to put a parameter in our star 5. We forgot to tell if it was collected or not collected. So now that we got that in there, let's try this again. Sorry about that. I don't understand why it's having this issue. I'm sorry, guys. This says star 5 because we didn't save it. And there we go. And those are some very, very large stars indeed. I don't think we need our buttons that big. Let's go ahead and make them smaller. And it's not 172, it is 72. So now that we have that number changed and we did save it, that looks a little better for our size. Now let's go ahead and put some collision on those stars so they know when those buttons have been pressed. And that'll be really easy. All we have to do is add it to our collision group, stars, and then we go add, and then S. So what I'm doing here is calling from my module the star group, and then adding all my variables to it. And that is a Python game thing in Python that lets you have certain groups, and it lets interactions with each group do certain things. So now we should have collision once again. Let's make sure we have the right stars. Yes. Stars. I am so sorry. See, this is the importance of typing. So now that we spelled it correctly, it is on the screen. And that is one star collected, and that is the other, well, not star collected, that would be buttons pushed in our game. So we'll have each button open up one of these gates right here. So let's go ahead and put our gates in now that we have buttons to open up the gates without having any errors. So to do that, I want to go ahead and put another image into our walls class because it is going to be a wall essentially that is just going to move. So we already did that right here with our self.gate. We put a new image in here and then we did our definition. So now let's go ahead and make some instances of that gate. So we'll call it level 7 underscore gate 1 is equal to walls. And the x and the y for that is going to be 195 for the x, and then it's going to be pretty far down on the screen, so we want it on it. And then 98 and 24 for the width and the height. And that should be it for that one. And now let's make our level 7 gate 2. Gate 2 is equal to walls, and that one is going to be at 710 for the x, and also at 550 for our y. And then we want to make that 129 by 24. And last but not least, let's go ahead and make that top one right now. And we're going to call this gate 3. That is equal to walls, and it is going to be the top gate, so we need to have that a little closer to the top. But first we need to put that at the width, and then now the height will be 265, and then this one will be 96 and 12. So now let's make a list with all of our gates in it called level 7 underscore gates. And we're going to make that a list with level 7 gate 1, level 7 underscore gate 2, and level 3. So let's get rid of this first one. There, level 1 gate 1, gate 2, and gate 3. Now we'll just rinse and repeat, go back and make a for loop for our gates as well. And we'll go for G and MC dot level 7 underscore gates. And we just want to go draw gates like that. Okay, now let's hope we don't get an error. Let's go ahead and run this. And we get an error. Oh, it made me type getaway. It did type getaway. This is why autocomplete is not always the greatest. So draw gate. This is so fantastic. We're learning so much. And there's our gates. This one, I'm pretty sure is gate 2. We need to make that a little bit longer. So let's go ahead and do that. So under our level 7 gate 2, let's just make this a few pixels longer at, I don't know, let's do it 20 pixels longer and see what that looks like. This is the fun part of game development. It did not make it any longer. Why is that? I don't know. Let's make it a whole 200 pixels longer. It is not being scaled. So what are we having? I am not sure why this is not wanting to fill that gap. 10. Let's just make it a ridiculous number at 449. Let's see what happens. Okay, so obviously the image itself is not changing. That means just the rectangle is changing. We will have to go ahead and fix that really fast. Put that back to 129. And up here, we're just going to have to scale. So we will go self.gate is equal to yes, and then self.width and self.height. The point of these videos is just to show that it's just a normal guy trying to develop a game. I run into errors, I run into faults. Okay, so there we go. Now they're all different. It fits, and this is small, but that's okay because it's just supposed to be a door. It doesn't need to be. So the last thing I want to do on this video is add a collision so we can't just go through our doors the same as we did our walls. So we're going to do the same thing, and we're just going to add it into our function, and we're going to add it to our walls group. And so mc dot walls underscore group dot add, and then we're going to add g. This will just simply put everything in my list into the group for me. So let's run this. Okay, they're still there. And there we go. Now we cannot go through them. The last thing I want to do is make those walls move. So to do that, we have to go into our function, and under our play level, because it's got to update, we want to make a variable. And we're going to put it as total. And this variable is going to contain if our stars are collected. So we need to go mc.stars for dot collected. That is the variable that is storing the number that we want to capture. And then plus, so we know that if MC star 4 is collected and MC star 5 is collected, that we want certain things to happen. So we will go if total is equal to 1, we want our first wall to move out of the way. Our first gate to move out of the way. So we will go level 7 underscore gate. I have to call it from our module. So level 7 underscore gate 1 dot rect dot x. This is telling it that I want the rectangle of the x to move by 1. And if our MC level 7 underscore gate dot gate1 dot rect dot x is equal to, and we're just going to make, I don't know how far I want to move this or the coordinates, so we're going to do it like this because we're going to go, it's current x. No, that is not going to work. So we're just going to have to make it, let's just see what that looks like first. I am so sorry, guys. This is just supposed to be a test. You're on a journey with me to learn. I appreciate all the support. So let's go select one of the stars, and there it is moving. So, but the problem is it's not going to stop moving until we put a certain coordinate to it. So I need to go look. So it's going to increase. So we want that to only move, what, 20 pixels? So we will say if MC dot level 7 dot underscore gate 1 dot rect dot x is equal or no greater than or equal to we'll say 215. We want MC dot level 7 underscore gate 1 dot rect dot x is equal to 215. Okay, one last test, guys. So if we collect this, and it will eventually stop, maybe. No. But that is all I want to work on for today, guys. On our next video tomorrow, we will fix that gate from opening up too far. Thanks again for watching. Like and subscribe. Bye.